I was addicted to porn for 6 years. I felt like a loser, felt like a failure. It was just embarrassing. I was watching it every day. I didn't even like or respect myself, so how could I expect anyone else to like me? You've heard the story, it's just the same thing, right? You just feel like a loser watching porn, right? I tried to quit so many times, but I couldn't stop watching it in the morning, and especially before bed at night. I could not go to bed without watching porn, right? How am I supposed to sleep, right? I'm not tired. I'll just be up all night, okay? I'll teach you how to resist it throughout the day, resist it at night time, and if you follow this video, I promise you'll quit faster than anyone on the internet. You'll quit faster than me, okay? I was pissing about on NoFap for years, right? Struggling over 100 times on that, okay? So if I had this video, I'd have quit 100 times faster. So, step one, how do you solve urges throughout the day? Okay, you got the urge to watch porn, morning, afternoon, whenever. How do you solve it? The most effective way is not meditating through it and breathing the energy through your body. It is not using willpower, because if you use willpower, it drains. After half an hour of resisting porn, your willpower's down there, so you're going to relapse because you've got no willpower left. And then after you relapse, your willpower stays there. It doesn't go back up, it stays there. So the chance of you jacking off another 3 times the same day is so much higher. So don't use willpower. The most effective, proven way is through action. Raw, solid action. Okay, it's the same with anything. You want to make some money, you can think about making money like a pussy, or you can try business, action. You can think about losing weight like a fat ass, or you can go to the gym, action, okay? You can use willpower, you can meditate and try and resist the urges, or you can just use action and actually quit porn, okay? So what does this practically mean? Well, let's imagine it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon where you're used to watching porn in bed. That's where you watch it, okay? It's 12 o'clock, the same time you usually watch it. Now imagine if you stayed in bed at that time, even though you're trying to quit porn. Your brain's thinking, oh, it's 12, he's in bed, he's going to watch porn now. That's it. Why wouldn't your brain think that? So what's it going to do? It's going to help you. It's going to make you horny, right? Give you an erection, give you some mental stimulus, right? So you watch porn. It's just that simple. It doesn't know you're trying to quit. All it knows is you're in bed wanting to watch porn at the same time you're used to watching it, okay? So the worst thing you can do is stay in bed. Even if you think meditating or using discipline is going to work, it won't, because you're still in bed. If you got up and left and went for a walk, before you've even put your shoes on to leave, the urge is 90% gone, okay? The erection's gone, the urge is gone. Why? Because you've just told your brain, effectively, not out loud, but you told your brain, hey, I'm leaving the bedroom, I'm leaving the bed, right? I'm not watching porn, I'm going for a walk. Am I not going to watch porn out there? No. So get rid of the erection, get rid of my urge, that's it. Then your brain's thinking, oh, fair enough, he's going to the gym, give him some energy, give him some testosterone, let's help him out. Your brain wants to help you, only if you let it. If you're staying in bed, okay, your brain's not going to help you. It's going to help you watch porn, because that's what it thinks you want to do. But if you get up and leave, you're telling your brain, I'm not watching porn right now, get rid of the erection. It's really that simple, okay? Changing your environment, action, moving, is the most effective proven way to overcome urges, okay? The most retarded thing to do is stay in the same place you're used to watching porn. Imagine being a crack addict, right? And going to live in a crack house, right? You're trying to quit the drugs, but you go live there. It's stupid. Why'd you do that? You're going to relapse. It's the same with you staying in bed where you're used to watching porn. Now, before bed, this is my next tip, right? It was before bed, the worst time. I needed to watch it. A lot of my customers struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with that. How are you supposed to fall asleep? You've been doing it before bed for years. It'll be weird not to. It feels so uncomfortable to not go to sleep without watching porn, right? So how do you do it? Well, what you need to do is mentally trick your brain into believing if you do not watch porn before bed, you'll have the best sleep ever. It might take a bit to get to sleep, you might be a bit uncomfortable, but once you're asleep, it's going to be the deepest sleep you've ever had, okay? You're going to wake up feeling refreshed, full of testosterone, full of full balls, which men should have, okay? Motivation, energy, desire, confidence, no anxiety, okay? Eye contact ability, all these great things. They're all true, but you need to tell your brain that. Instead of doing the opposite and saying, oh, I can't go to sleep without watching porn. If I watch porn, then I'll be tired, so then I'll be sleep great and it'll feel great. You're telling yourself these negative things. You need to watch porn to fall asleep. But if you just do the opposite and say, if you resist porn, retain your seed whilst you fall asleep, you'll have a great sleep and you'll wake up feeling great. That's all you need to do. Just convince your brain of that, even though it's true. And the first night you do this will be the hardest. But once you've done that, the second night will still be hard, but it's going to be 100 times easier because you've already proven to yourself you can do it the night before, okay? So your brain knows nothing bad's going to happen, okay? You woke up feeling great. You're feeling all these great emotions because you retained your seed. You didn't jack off like a loser, so your self-esteem is high. You feel great. So it's going to be so much easier to do it on the second night, right? Just trick your brain into believing if you retain your seed, you'll feel great. And it's true anyway, okay? Imagine going into work. You did not jack off the night before. You feel great, feel confident, full of energy, desire to work, make money, whatever. And you look around you at all of the losers you work with. You can just picture, they all watched porn last night. They're not talking to girls today. They're not making money today. They're going to feel like a loser. They don't even like themselves today because they jacked off last night, got sleep deprived, felt like a loser, depleted their God-given energy that God had given you, okay? They feel like a loser, and you feel the complete opposite because you felt a bit uncomfortable, but you resisted it, had a great sleep, woke up feeling even better, okay? Just keep reminding yourself of these things. It's going to be amazing if you don't watch porn before bed. Just tell your brain that, and it's true, okay? The next tip I'll give you, maybe controversial, but I don't care because I've already quit porn, and these guys haven't, is watch more tame porn. What does this mean? Well, if you're watching porn every day, okay, chances are it gets boring watching the normal stuff. So what do? You turn to the hardcore stuff, yeah, the crazy videos. I don't want to get deleted, so I'm not going to say what, but you know what I mean, all right? You need this extreme porn because at first you could watch a picture of a girl and it's good enough, okay? It's like, wow, that's crazy. But the more you watch it, the more you get bored of that. You want something more stimulating for your brain because your brain's already used to that. So you watch more and more, and eventually, if you're watching it for years, you're just trying to find the most hardcore, rough stuff ever, okay? Believe it or not, that is a lot worse to watch than just a picture of a girl on Instagram, okay? It's a lot worse. You're still watching porn, okay? You still shouldn't be doing it, but it's a lot better to watch this than that. You're watching it the same amount, but watching the less tame than watching the more tame things than the aggressive things is a lot better, and that is how you quit, okay? You just gradually reduce it down. So imagine you're watching 10 out of 10 aggressive, okay? The common advice online would be, oh, just quit porn. Just go to 0, right? You just forget all the videos, just never watch it again. Well, you're addicted to porn. How are you expected to go from doing that to 0? It's stupid. You're doing it every day to just 0 the next minute. That's stupid. Your brain is addicted to porn. You've had this addiction for years. If you could quit cold turkey, you'd have done it by now. So people who say that, I just think you've never had an addiction, have you? Stupid advice. So instead of going from that to one end of the extreme, just do it. Imagine you're watching 10 out of 10 extreme porn. The next night, watch 9 out of 10. Still extreme, still mental, right? It's just less and less aggressive, okay? And then eventually, just take this as slow as you need. Within a month or two, you could be at the point watching, Instagram reels. A month back, you're watching crazy stuff on the hub, right? Now you're watching Instagram reels. It's enough stimulation for you because you're just gradually reducing it down and down and down. And you're at that point, you may still be watching porn the same amount, but this is so much healthier, okay? It's so much healthier. And it'll bring me to my last point, which I'll explain in a minute, but this is so much healthier, okay? So get to the point where you can literally just look at a picture of a woman, a picture. Get to that point, and that is so much healthier than watching the extreme stuff, even if you're watching the same amount, okay? It's so much better for your brain. Now, my last point is this. Why quit porn? Other than the fact that you hate yourself when you do it, you feel like a loser, you can't get girls, no confidence, no eye contact, anxiety, all these, you know why you want to quit. But one that I'm going to bring attention for you is going to scare you. I'm sorry, but this will scare you. If you keep watching porn, you're going to turn into a cook. If you don't know what a cook is, it's when a man enjoys watching his wife be with another man sexually. It's disgusting, okay? I've explained it so many times now that it doesn't really comprehend. It's just still disgusting to me, but that's what a cook is. Don't believe me? Look it up. Watching porn turns you into a cook because, especially when you're watching the extreme porn, which I'm bringing it back to now, you're watching, a dude or 6 dudes and a girl, whatever you're watching, right? You're watching the girl you want be with another man whilst you're in the corner like a loser. You're being a cook. You're literally putting yourself in the cook position, yeah? There's always a chair in the corner of a hotel room, right? The cook sits in the chair and watches his woman be with another man. This is weird, but this is truth, right? I don't care how weird it is. I needed this in my mind to quit, so I need it in your mind. So you remind yourself of this and quit, okay? Don't be a cook, okay? So you're purposely putting yourself in the cook chair watching your woman be with another man. Why are you doing that? Okay, no wonder your self-esteem is in the bin, because what your brain's thinking is, oh, why are we not having sex? I want a girl, but why aren't we? Oh, clearly not good enough. Them guys are. Okay, they're as cringe as it is. They're the alphas, and I'm the beta. Okay, I'm just in the corner like a loser. Can I watch, guys? Is it okay if I sit? What are you doing? No wonder you got no self-esteem. Okay, you're purposely being a cook. You're telling yourself you're not good enough to get a girl. Like, why would you put that into your brain? Right, it's not that difficult. But you're telling your brain it's the most challenging thing ever. And if you miraculously do get a girl, your wife, you're not good enough for her, so you can watch someone else have her. That's when your self-esteem is in the bin, because you've watched too much porn and you've turned into a cook. You don't believe you can get your woman, and you want someone else to have her. I hope you never get to that point. Thank God I did not get to that point, so I can teach you now. Just always have it in the back of your mind. Do not be a cook. Don't have a self-esteem that low. And that's why you need to get to the point where you're watching just pictures, right? Just videos of girls. That's great compared to watching a man and a woman. Man and a woman is the worst thing you can watch. So from now on, reduce the intensity of it. Don't do it straight away, but just reduce it slowly to the point where within a week, 2, or in a month, okay, max, you're not watching man and a woman, because that's the worst kind of porn you can watch, okay? Just reduce it down. By the point you've reached, where you're watching a video of a girl on Instagram, it's not even naked, you can do that. Now, try and reduce how much porn you watch. So imagine you're doing that 3 times a day, okay? But you're watching very tame things, innocent things, right? Compared to what you were watching, that's fine. Now go from watching this 3 times a day to twice a day, then once a day, then 3 times a week. Just keep going down like that. Instead of quitting cold turkey and rushing it, which you're not ready for, just reduce it down at your own level, and you'll wake up one day in a few months' time, maybe less, and you've gone from watching extreme porn 3 times a day to watching a video on Instagram once a week. That is great progress. Even though you're still watching it, that is great progress. That's the point I want you to get to. So to recap, to solve urges, use action. Mentally trick your brain before bed into believing retaining your seed is the best thing you can do. Watch, more tame videos to the point where you're watching Instagram videos. And do not be a cook. Please never wake up and get the urge to want your wife to be with another man. Okay? Subscribe if this helped in any way, and goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but the link under this video is my paid porn quitting course. When you feel like you trust me enough, and if you feel like my free advice has helped you change your life in any way, check that out right now.